Man, and he is back for round 2 and 3 at Bathurst tonight in Australia. I hope the music on the intro was fitting enough, the bit of the old, I can never pronounce the word correctly, didgeridoo. All right in saying that, didgeridoo. Let me know if I'm being an absolute plonker and saying things, but let's get on with the facts at hand. The results from the first 2 races. We have got Ethan Graham currently in the lead by a whopping 2 points, so literally nothing in it. Just behind him, Adam Piper with 44, Xavier McIntosh in 3rd place with 43, so literally anything can happen. And it doesn't mean that there's a massive gap between the top 3 and the rest of the pack, because we've got then Katinaz down in 38, we've got John Thompson with 34, Rob Schouler in 26, then Ashley Sharp with 24, and Liam New with 22. I think we do have a couple more with us this evening, so without further ado, also let me know if my audio is if it's a bit distorted. I noticed that it was a bit distorted last week. I needed to move the mic away from the old big gob there, so you know, don't want to deafen you guys, or make it at least not crackly with the feed here. So things. Who are we currently looking at? Ashley Sharp and Rob Schouler here, both heading up the hill, it seems. Right, let's go, and I need to have the names of these tracks to hand while we go through. So, who have we got with us tonight? Let's get the different information up as we can do. There we go. Mr. Slowly. Mr. Slowly, I know who that is, but I can't remember the exact name. If you could let me know the name in the chat, that would be really helpful. See what that is there, and see what they give back to me as information. They will do pretty quickly. So let's see what we got here. Mr. Slowly, literally coming round Quarry Bend up towards the cutting and the start of the sort of uphill. Oh, look at the back end getting out of that. Up through the cutting towards what is called Griffin's Point or Griffin's Mount. And then you've got the sort of undulations at the top of the hill through what are the different parks. You've got Reed Park, Solomon Park, and then McPhillamy Park. As you can see, sort of down and up and down. You have to sort of feather on and off the throttle. Well, normally you have to feather on and off the throttle until you get to Skyline here, where you then dive down into the S's. Really well done there by Mr. Slowly. And then through the dipper. Oh, back end twitching a little bit, but holding it without touching those walls. That's where you lose all the time and momentum if you just touch those walls there. Then down into Forest Elbow. And then back onto this beautiful long Comrade straight, to then dip round the chase. So let's see what happens. Qualifying will start in 5 seconds. Right, Everyone's good to go. Fastest time so far is a 2:23, so that's what we're going to be roughly looking at today in regards to qualifying times. Let's see what is being said in here. Lewis Edwards! Oh, Louis Edwards, how you doing? That's who Mr. Slowly is. Why am I not surprised with that absolutely smashing lap time? Does not surprise me at all. That had to turn the light on in the flat because it was starting to get, well, it's not quite dark yet. I'm still getting the lovely, lovely sunset over the trees out the window, but it will be dark shortly, and it was just going to annoy me straining my eyes doing this way. So, who was out first? It is our man, our hostess with the mostest, Ashley Sharp, heading up over Griffins and down through the parks, first through Raid, then up to Sullivan, then back down. It's basically Sullivan seems to be the peak, then it's back down through McFilmy. I'm going to say McFilmy, and forgive me if I pronounce that correctly, then over the skyline, down through the S's, and into the Dipper just here, because it does look, you've got to really watch that back end, especially on these lovely little wee piggies, these piggy AMGs, love to get their back end out. But I have to admit, it just got a certain certain little flow to it where the back end just slides beautifully around there. I do love these cars. It's going to be such an amazing little cup that we got for this here. Down the Conrod straight. And this is where you build up all the speed. Now it's going to be interesting to see, can he take it full whack around the first corner of the chase? Most cars can, but this does have a bit of a back end tempo, but yeah, it's okay. Heavy on the braking, down into the chase, up, round, probably dropping it down into second. And back down there towards Murray's corner, the nice last right-hander, and that is onto the start-finish straight. The very short start-finish straight from Bathurst. It's one of the only tracks which don't really care about the start and finish. It's more about the actual rest of the track than anything else. So here we go. The actual start and qualifying laps are commencing as sprint laps are now finishing. Who we got now? We are on board with Catinas in the Martini car. Do like it a lot. Mr. Slowly, thank you, Ashley. Thanks for letting me know in the chat there. Thank you very, very much. Don't know why, but all of a sudden I've just lost all my viewers. All my viewers have left me. Why, guys, why? Come back. There is much more racing to be seen. I'm not sure if I've also done the correct thing for this. It is on skip video ads. Yeah, we'll leave that on. Cool, fine, that's fine. Monetization. So we got people back. I don't know what happened there, but my statistics said we lost people. Everybody, all three of you, and my heart was broken. It was broken. Now our guy from the USA, our token Yankee, and I hope he doesn't mind us calling that, because he is an absolute legend of a driver. That is John Thompson on board right now, and I do love his proper retro colours that he's got for this. Wins. I'm guessing it is from a livery. I'm not going to be completely honest with what livery that is. If you know, write in the chat. Educate me. Educate me. I need it. I need this education in my life. And we're soon going to be... Oh, this is so tight. This is such a tight track. Rob Schowler doing the sort of wide in, hopefully tight out approach, but the back end just sends you round, so you can't really do that. You've just got to stick a nice fast line round there and see what you get on the exit. Right. How many have we got tonight? We've got 10 drivers. Oh, we're liking it. We are liking it. And who do we not have, or who is joining us fresh this week that we did not have last week? Let me just double check for us here. Oh, it is. There's a few people. we've got Leon Walsh in the form of Placenta Densa, as you can see on screen here. We also have Chris Clements, who did not get to join us last week, came just in time at the end of the second race, but was not able to participate, so he's with us new today. And also, like I said, Lewis Edwards, who has taken, from the looks of it, top spot, and he's got the old D2 livery from the Le Mans. Was it Le Mans? But it was definitely that the Le Mans Mercedes. If you guys have seen it, I know it's not in the prestige car shop GT7 anymore, if it was there. I still need to do a lot more track experiences and get my speed up. Right, let's have a look at the first sets of times. After the first lap, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a second lap out of this. No, we are literally, this is going to be a 2-lap stint. So it's this lap that they're currently on, the previous one, which has been successful. So from that, it is Lewis Edwards that's stuck in the top spot there with a 2:23.1, another 2:23.7 for Katsinas just behind him in second place. So we stick in the 23s with a 23.8 for Ethan Graham in third. Then it's Xavier McIntosh is the first one outside the 23s. That's a 25. So we've skipped a whole second there. It's very unusual. So 25 for Xavier McIntosh and John Thompson with a 25.5, 25.6 for Rob Schowler, Ashley Sharp with a 25.9, then into the 26s to a 26.3 with Chris Clements. May see a faster track or lap time from him this time round. He is also, well, all these guys are pretty fast to be honest with you, but Chris Clements is definitely up there with the best of them. Then Liam New with a 27.4, then a 2:30.2 for Leon Walsh in the back there. So here we go, everyone heading down the back straight into the chase. What is going to end up as the final times? Oh, that's not going to do Lewis Edwards any good for his qualifying time. But let's see if anyone else has been successful. So they all cross the line now. Katsinas first, does he move? He stays where he is in second. And so far the only movement's been from John Thompson going up into fourth position. He's managed to crack the only 2:24 so far. Anyone else joining him? No, but there's been another 2:23, and that is oh, look at that, Xavier McIntosh with a 2:23.6, just squeezing in the second place there. Leon Walsh coming, the last person coming in there, and still unfortunately got the last position, but has definitely bettered his time with the 2:27. I think that was a 0.7, but we didn't get to see the end of it there. I don't know why this always kicks me out to spectate before the beginning of the race, and it won't let me go in. Here we go, right. As I said, start from the beginning. Oh, okay. Somehow Xavier McIntosh has got first, and it's Lewis Edwards second. Then Katsinas third. Ethan Graham fourth. Schowler fifth. John Thompson sixth. Sharp seventh. Clements eighth. Lou ninth. And then Walsh 10th. And away they go. And into second, he now drops. I don't know what happened there. There's a penalty that's been given to him. I don't know if he jumped the line or something like that already, but no, it isn't. It's just the split the time. It's now coming up as red side, and there's been an update. There's been an update I'm not aware of. See if anything changes behind. The top two stay the same. Ethan Graham also third. John Thompson being challenged for fourth here by Katsinas, who's on the inside. They're not going to do well to defend it, but then the next group is just behind them. Three possibly into this turning. All backed off. And it was Chris Clements that has become the victor from that, just sticking to the inside there. You can't do too much. Leon Walsh there getting a bit of a tail slapper at the very end, I could see. No, it wasn't. It was Liam New, sorry. Got a bit of a tank slapper, and unfortunately for Leon Walsh, he couldn't get past him, so he's got to watch out. But Rob Schowler's just ahead of him. He's going to be pressed for it. This is where it's all going to happen here, through the top hill section. Everyone keeping relatively clean. John Thompson right up behind Ethan Graham and dropping back down the rest of the hill as they first approach Skyline. Oh, a bit of grass caught there by Xavier McIntosh, and Lewis Edwards trying to see if he can get around the outside of that for the S's, but he couldn't do. Through the dipper they go. And back down to towards Forest Elbow. This is non-stop. Forgive my dog, she's also excited about this as well. Oh, just catching contact with the outside there. For Lewis Edwards, that's not going to help him on this back straight. I know Rotary may have caught it a little bit as well, but might be enough to start closing down with the slipstream. Does not look it from the split. So the top three changed a little bit. The AXR driver up into first. My days. Sorry, Lewis Edwards in second. Ethan Graham third, and then John Thompson into fourth. Bit of grass caught by Graham there. It was Ethan Graham that caught a bit of the grass there. Then Katinaz in fifth position. Chris Clements has actually got himself up into sixth now. Ashley Sharp holding his seventh, and then Rob Schowler, the other AXR driver, back in eighth, fighting the back battle with Leon New and Leon Walsh just behind him. Lap 2 commencing. Only 8 laps of this race because it is a long track. 2 minutes 20 odd. As you saw, fastest time on the first lap was our race leader with the 129.7. That will change with the coming laps, but you can see why there's only 8 laps currently. That's who we're missing. That's who we're missing. Adam Piper. Adam Piper. Get into the YouTube chat. Find out. There we go. Updated him with not only audio commentary, ladies and gentlemen, but dyslexic typing commentary in the Facebook chat for the group. Look at that. I'll tell you what, I don't get paid enough for this, because I just don't get paid for this. I do it out of love. I do it out of love. Down through the S's they go. And it does seem that Lewis Edwards, wow, that was really well done. Really hugged to the inside through the S's there, and literally got right up behind Xavier McIntosh here, but not really anything you can do to get past him just because it's such a tight track. But want to keep closer onto this back straight here and see if he can do anything with this slipstream, but so does Ethan Graham just behind him in third position. And John Thompson not too far away as well. Look at that, going to look what he can do on the outside here. Coming towards the first corner of the chase. Can he take it around the outside? I'm not sure if he's going to or going to be able to, but it will lead him on the inside for the tight corner up through the chase. It has done. Outbreaking. What happens here? Side by side through the chase they go. Oh, what action. We love this action, and he's done it. He's got round on the second part there of the chase. Really well done. Really good racing there by Lewis Edwards. This guy used to be in a lot of the commentary and a lot of the stuff in the earlier streams I've seen. I've not seen him for a long time, and it's good to see him back on the racetrack. Definitely brings an element of excitement to the race. Him and Ethan Graham, I knew them for just being absolutely dominant when it came to these races, and it seems Ethan Graham wants to get that place back as well. Back corner through Hell's Corner there for both Edwards and Graham, and that's given McIntosh the position back. And look who's just filtered and decided to take the roll up behind McIntosh. It is John Thompson now side by side, second and first, and then third and fourth. And the inside normally does win here, up through the Quarry Bend. Who's come out the best of it here? Oh dear, that was a bit of wall contact there by Xavier McIntosh. Where's he dropped back after all of this? He is dropped back into fourth. No surprise there with that contact on the wall. And that's pushed Rob Thompson up into third, and Ethan Graham is now in second, trying to challenge an old rival, Lewis Edwards, for that beginner spot and see what he can do. Let's see what's going on further down the packs. There's more than just these races. Katinas there in fifth position, just waiting to catch up, see what they can do. Chris Clements, only 2.2 seconds behind a lot of them, so if he just knuckles down, he might be able to catch back up in the action. If he does, he's going to definitely be someone to challenge things with the Roland's livery there. Do love that. On to Ashley Sharp, leading our backpack here in seventh position, doing it bloody well, if I may say so myself. holding off the likes of the other AXR driver of Rob Schowler, who's currently in 8th, Liam New, and then Leon Walsh in 10th. All very close. Well, I say that Liam New catching a bit of the exit wall onto the Conrod straight there. Where has Leon Walsh gone? Oh, he has got a bit of a gap there. Unfortunately, 9-second gap there. So unfortunately, things have not gone particularly well for him so far this race in the STV livery. But we'll see what he can do, see if he can catch back up. There has been movement up front. John Thompson now up into 2nd, possibly back down to 3rd. Yes, he has done, as he tried to challenge into the chase. And it did not fare well for him. He's actually dropped back down to 4th now. And Xavier McIntosh has capitalised and got back up into 3rd. So really well done there. I think a bit of aggressive defending there by Ethan Graham has kept the Wolves at bay from the 2nd place door. And through all of this, Katina is just still holding place in 5th position. Not doing too much to catch back up. Still a 2.2 gap between him and Chris Clements behind him. Unfortunately, he just does not have the slip to capitalise and catch up on these guys. So he's going to have to just hope that the scrap in front will hold everything up and stop them getting as best as they can do. 23.6 is the current fastest lap by our race leader, Lewis Edwards, who's starting to make a bit of a gap here. 1.2 second gap. It's the biggest gap we've seen so far in the top 3 positions. So I wonder if these guys are going to start trying to work together, if they can do. Very hard track to work together on. Try and get bump drafts on this to catch back up the 1st position. It wouldn't be the ideal situation as they're only halfway through this race and they don't want to lose any more time to 1st place Lewis Edwards, who seems to be ever increasing that gap, now up to 1.5 seconds. Got to be 1.6 any moment now. But it is Ethan Graham who's holding off advances from Xavier McIntosh in 3rd position. Come down over Skyline and down through the S's they go. Nice and tight, you've got to hug that nice and tight so you end up good line through the dip. You don't get pushed too wide on the exit of that and catch the wall, as you saw McIntosh did just there. These lines have got to be neat. And by good golly gum, they're making really close. Well, not literally a hair's width between their car door and the exit of Forest Elbow there onto the Conrod straight. But these guys are making it look easy, and trust me, they are fast. I like to think myself as a little bit of a sim race as well. I know I can get gold on most of the GT7 circuit things after a couple of attempts and all this lot, and I still don't come first to these guys, and they're listed as friends on my PSN list. So, you know, it's just phenomenal how easy they make it look. McIntosh just not giving Graham any let up there, not letting him know that he's got any form of freedom going through Murray's Corner onto the start and finish straight now. Through onto lap 5, Hell's Corner coming up. Lewis Edwards not managing to get that far away, still holding it. It sort of varies between 1.5 to 1.2 seconds, that gap for 1st position. And I'm going to move down the pack and just see what else is going on. John Thompson still in 4th. Probably a bit annoyed that he lost his 3rd position. Wants to see if he can try and take that back, if he can do, but Katina has also wanted to get up into a better position if he can do. What's going on here? Hold on, am I seeing McIntosh try and get on the inside line there? I did, but he didn't quite make it. And he's going to maybe try and dive now into the corner. Ooh, no. I thought it was going to be a little dive into the cutting there, but Graham just making sure he took a wide enough line, but not enough for him to try and dive up on the inside without making contact. Let's go back down to see how our backpack's getting along. Chris Clements still 2.8 seconds difference. Unfortunately, the gap's slowly increasing between him and 5th place Katinas. Like I say, phenomenal driver, but if you just don't have the benefit of that slipstream from the other drivers, it's what's going to suffer when it comes to this type of racing. Ashley Sharp still in 7th place, still holding off the back contenders. Let's see what happens here. Going down over the skyline through the S's, a bit of sliding action from Mr. Sharp, but he's holding his own through the dipper. And it is still him, it's still Rob Schauler, and it's still Liam New, all challenging for 7th, 8th and 9th position. Oh, I thought he was going to contact a bit of wall there, but he didn't. Just that back end slide just held off a little bit. These guys are literally neck and neck and neck. It's a fight at the back here, and what a fight it is. Catching Ashley up with Slipstream, and then Schauler get caught up by New with Slipstream as well. Intercut they go. Schauler looking to go down the inside. Can he do anything? No, he has to back off as Ashley does some late braking to take the chase as best as he can with a bit of back end. Well done, that man, and the fight continues. Liam New looking to see what he can do. Late break down into the corner. Can he push his way up into 9th? Yes, he can. No, sorry, into 8th. Yes, he can. That pushes Rob Schauler down into 9th position. And he's going to want to take that position back as quickly as possible. What's happened to Lewin Walsh? He's still in 10th, unfortunately. And like I say, with the guys, oh dear, taking that last corner very, very poorly. With the guys who've got that little bit of space by themselves, they don't have the slipstream to keep up the momentum. So let's catch back up with up front. 1.8 second gap now. Lewis Edwards turning on the gas tanks. Putting that nitrous button to good use. They don't have a nitrous button here, just to let you guys know. It's not that one-sided, but you know the term is there. Up through the cutting and onto the parks through Griffin Mount, and Ethan Graham has actually managed to make a good bit of gap between him and third place Xavier McIntosh here. So a nearly 2 second gap. 1.8 second gap between first and second, 1.3 second gap between second and third, and then the race is on with these two here, Xavier McIntosh and John Thompson racing for third and fourth. What has happened to... Oh dear, so something has happened unfortunately to Martinez, as he's dropped back down from 5th position all the way back down to 6th with enough space to only be, what, 700 a second behind Chris Clements, who was, or is, well, he was at least 3 seconds, roughly about 3 seconds away from 5th position himself. So something has happened to Paul Martinez with that. The fight continues. Anything we've done there, is there going to be a lunge made into this last corner? No, nothing for the time being. They're going to hold their own, go down the start, finish straight towards Hell's Corner. Penultimate lap started. 2 laps remaining. And these guys are mighty close, but I think the action that we want to see is back. Oh, it is back here, and I regret missing out on it, because look what's happened. Ashley Sharp, that was holding 7th place so well this full race, has now dropped back down to 9th. Liam New is still in his 8th position, but for some reason, somehow, which I've unfortunately missed, Rob Schauler's got himself up into 7th, and is still being challenged by Liam New here, who's got the run on him on the outside here, but Rob Schauler, we'll see what he can do. Liam New will see if he can do anything on the cutback here. Can he do something on the cutback? He can do. He's actually got ahead of him here, but he's not the inside for the next set of corners. Has he got enough to get round? Oh, dearie me's. That was nearly Liam New and Ashley Sharp round, but it seems that Schauler just had a bit too much momentum there and bumped into the pair of them. Used them as a sort of wall break, and they both caught the wall there. Liam New actually scratching back up into 7th, and Ashley Sharp having to hold his place in 9th, but he could have easily jumped up into that 8th position from them there. So they go round the parks, up over Solomon, down round McFilly, and over Skyline. And Schauler literally having to do everything he can to try and block the advances of Ashley Sharp, who's got this car around this track down to a T. And Liam Yu not doing well around that corner at all. He's not doing well around that corner at all, but unfortunately Rob Showler's gone the outside of that there, and it is Ashley Sharp who's had the better run. Side by side they are, elbows it is, elbows akimbo, and he's managed to still nudge his way back up into 8th, but Ashley is using that slipstream and has got the outside here. We could be looking 3 wide, at least 2 wide, into these next set of corners. Liam Yu turns in, Ashley Sharp turns in, and Ashley has got the inside line. Oh no! Liam Yu being caught there, and they've both gone a bit squiffy, and it's all gone wrong through the chase. And Ashley Sharp wants to see if he can benefit from that and go around the outside. He can't quite yet. Late braking into Murray's corner. No, so for the last lap, it still ends up being Yu Showler, and then Sharp 7th, 8th and 9th, and the last lap begins. Let's see what's going on with the top lot. And there's been something which has happened, because Lewis Edwards has dropped his massive lead. Either some spectacular driving from Ethan or a little bit of a boo-boo from Lewis, either one or a bit of both. And Lewis Edwards is now under threat, under half a second threat from Ethan Graham, who's in 2nd position, and he's tank slapping all over the place. And he's really starting to put the element on, looking to see if he can dip round the inside, going through the parks here, up round the inside of the hills. Can he do it? Ethan Graham pushing, he's got bouncing against the side of the board, he's managed to get past him. Oh, this is it! He's got in front on the last downhill section of this track. I'm losing all my words, I'm so excited. Ethan Graham now up into 1st. Lewis Edwards back down into 2nd. Doesn't mean it's going to give it up. What's going on for 3rd and 4th? That is Xavier McIntosh still holding on to 3rd. John Thompson still into 4th. I'm going to see what's going on with 1st and 2nd, because it's going all over the place. Ethan Graham just managed to eke out a 2nd gap there. It's not going to be enough space for a slipstream for Lewis Edwards there. So Lewis Edwards is going to be a bit annoyed that he's lost that position. But what an attack from Ethan Graham over the top of the hill there. I'm going to see what's going on with the back fight. Liam Yu still in 1st. Showler still in 2nd. Sharp still in 9th. And can anything be done on this last straight here from these guys? I don't know if it can be. I'm going to catch back up with the last 2 as they head down now through the chase towards the start-finish line. Ethan going around Murray's corner, and he's going to take that checkered flag. A bit of grass caught there, so Graham for 1st place, Edwards for 2nd, McIntosh for 3rd, and then Thompson for 4th, Clements in 5th, Sharp, Katinaz in 6th. But what's going to happen? Oh, it's all gone crazy in the chase. Liam Hughes managed to go off the track. I don't know what's happened there. He's still holding on to his 7th, or is he going to? Could this be it? Could it be? It is. Showler side by side towards this finish line. What's happening here? Can Showler take it? Oh, it was so close. Liam Yu and Showler literally 18 hundredths of a second in that. Oh, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So Yu 7th, Showler 8th, and Ashley Sharp 9th. And then Leon Walsh coming around the chase there. Oh dear. Oh, just not his race today. Just not his race today, Leon Walsh in the grass. And I don't know what he's going to do. Probably a lot of cursing coming from his house. A lot of maybe expletives and bleeping. And he's going to take 10th position. Well, what a race. Congratulations to Ethan Graham here. Going up 3 positions. Can't say about himself. Great race. Putting him up into 1st. That's going to do massive benefits for him in the championship as they stand. So, yeah, let's pretend you've never seen us before. Why not? For race 2 of our rounds tonight, as usual, we have a flip reverse on the results from race 1. So, winners of race 1 will start at the back of the grid. The finishers of the last position in race 2. So, in this case, Leon Walsh will start at the front of the grid for race 2, and we've got another 8 laps of madness, but this time with other drivers trying to get through to get maximum points of race 2. Let's see what happens. What a beautiful race. I'm going to just put the race results up on screen here just so we can see what's going to happen here again, because that was just absolutely immense. I don't know what anyone's saying in the chat. Not much at the moment, but I tell you, I am Bathurst never ceases to amaze me with the amount of fun you can have at this track. Absolutely amazing. Anything being done in there. Okay, following sets have been changed. It's now going to be at 5 o'clock in the evening. Reverse grid. Okie dokies. Let us get myself ready to get on that track. Start spectating. Here we go. Remember, guys, welcome to TTML. If you like our stuff, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up to let us know if you're enjoying it as well. It all helps the algorithm that's out there. And if you want to hear more from us and you want to hear more from me, hit that alarm bell. Get reminders of my madness and the absolute hecticness which is this racing. I know TTML do different seasons and different leagues for different stuff. I'm not completely clued up. I know they do some Formula 1 stuff, and I know they do some potentially iRacing as well, but don't hold me to that. But we are definitely doing cups on Gran Turismo Sport, soon to be on Gran Turismo 7. That just all depends on if they get the multiplayer sorted out. Hence why we're doing this little mini 4-race cup with the AMGs, in hope that in that time it will have released an update and we can perform the same madness that we have here just through Gran Turismo 7, which, by the way, I'm loving but also hating at the moment. So, you know, what can I do? Can't do much. But hey, it's mainly because, I'll be honest with you, my pet peeve for Gran Turismo 7, they've got the handling down for the slower cars and like the road cars down quite well. They've got the GT4 cars down quite well, and then GT3 cars, which are supposed to be more aerodynamically beneficial and be able to benefit from that. They seem to just be completely wildly loose and uncontrollable, which makes no sense. You would have thought they'd be, yes, they're fast, but you would have thought they'd have that bit more element of aerodynamics to it. I don't think they're going to change that. If you can hear me, GT7 gods, please do. And we join Liam New as he's decided to try and do some Tokyo drifting up the wrong way through Mount Panorama. Why? Because he's Liam New. That's why. He don't care. YOLO, as he loves to say. Don't know if he loves to say that. I'm just completely taken out of context. Right. Gotta wait a few minutes till race start begins. I get the thumbs up there. We're gonna have that last sip of ice cold coffee. No, I'm not. What I am gonna do, sip of Walter. Excuse me. Back. Sorry, you missed me. I've lost 2 people. What has happened? Come back, my viewers. I don't have many of you. Don't leave me. I get so scared by myself. Right. Seems like Katinaz and Liam New are having a bump off. We'll be waiting for this race to begin. Ashley Sharp probably just going to the toilet quickly and go from there. channel, my dashboard, wicked stuff. Also, forgive me, I did not tell you about our Discord. We also have a Discord channel. If you look up, I believe we're under, I'm just going to double check it now. League Racing TV, it's all one word, League Racing TV, you will find us. Or TTG, we'll go from there. Right, on to race 2. 5 o'clock in the evening, this one. Possibly might make a bit of a difference with track conditions. Maybe a little bit more slippy because it doesn't have that top track temperature. Let's see what happens for race 2. Right, as you can see, Ashley Sharp first, Leon Walsh in second for some reason. I don't know why it does that on this track, but it's actually Leon who's first. Then Rob Schowler, Liam New, Chris Clements, Katinas, John Thompson, Xavier McIntosh, Lewis Edwards, and then Ethan Graham. And away they go, and it is actually Sharp that's pulled away from the line really well compared to Leon Walsh, who's now dropped back down to third already, and it is Rob Schowler who's up into second. Katinas just in fourth, just behind Leon Walsh. Wants to see if what he can do with that there. Luke, John Thompson fifth, and then Chris Clements on the inside at sixth. He's going to possibly move up spots as we come into this corner here, because inside line does help you a lot here. Lots of pushing, lots of shoving. Everyone getting bumped all over the place here. What is happening at the back of this pack? Let's have a look. John Thompson being held up. Oh, getting a bit pushed wide there by Leon Walsh. And Leon dropping down the pack, unfortunately for him. John Thompson holding on to that in fifth, and it is Lewis Edwards already back up into sixth position from the very back, and Ethan Graham joining him in seventh. Liam New is sticking in 8th position in the back, and Xavier McIntosh has not fared well from this at all. He's back down in 9th. So let's see what is going on. I think we may have lost someone. I think it may have been Leon Walsh. Just double check that. It is Leon Walsh we've lost there, unfortunately. I don't think he was happy about the shoving against the wall, so he may have disconnected from there, but hey ho, this is racing, this is how it goes. We have got adjudicators, things will get pulled up, but for the time being, Ashley Sharp still leading this race, and good on this man. Watch out for Rob Schowler just behind him, and Chris Clements, who is in that third position. He's going to want to try and get up into that first position. He's looking down the inside here into the first turn of the chase at the end of the straight. Anything going to be done at the end of Conrod? Nothing quite yet, and it does look like Schowler's going to try and dive down on the inside. No, he's not. He's backed out of it. He's backed out of it. Oh, a little bit sideways. No, he has backed out of it. What am I saying? He's took that spot. He's up into first. And with Chris Clements just behind him. So unfortunately, Ashley Sharp has dropped three spaces there. Water back down into fourth. And Katinas is now third as well. So we've now got a complete change from first, second, first. It is Schowler, Clements, and then Katinas for first, second, and third, with Ashley Sharp in fourth. Then John Thompson fifth, Ethan Graham sixth, and Lewis Edwards now down to seventh. Though Ethan Graham's managed to sneak back in front of him here, as he wants to take as much points as possible. Yeah, unfortunately we have got left of room there by Leon Walsh, it seems, from the bottom left-hand corner. Let's catch back up with what's going on up front, because it is all changing. Rob Schowler trying to challenge on the inside. Chris Clements not being able to defend that, sticking back into second place. Oh, Xavier McIntosh getting a bit squirrely on the exit of Corey Bent there from the looks of it. We'll have to catch back up with that in a second. And it was all top and tail as we head up through the cutting towards Griffin's Mount and start on the undulations on the top of this mountain. And nothing changing for the time being. No one trying to do anything too crazy. A little bit of contact on the wall there by Katinas. He's trying to go around the outside of Chris Clements. He's managed to hold it over Skyline, so he's got that down through the S's. Well done, that man. Chris Clements now dropped back down to third. What's happened here? Ashley Sharp unfortunately got pushed wide. He's now lost his fourth position, dropped back to fifth, potentially sixth. Got really bad. Oh dear, just ended up going really badly through the dipper there, and has dropped multiple spots all the way back down, I think, to eighth position. Not worked out well for him at all there, unfortunately, for that man. So see if we can pull something back from there. It is him and Liam New back in 8th and 9th for the time being. But Rob Schowler, the AXR driver, is currently in first, doing his teammate proud. And has nearly got a second gap between him and Katinaz in second position here. Now, it is always the second race, which is just that little bit more mad. And oh, Katinaz just going wide there and leaving himself open to Chris Clements. And Chris Clements got to capitalise on that. You cannot leave yourself open to prey with Chris Clements on the track. It will just dive back through. And if you guys don't know, Chris Clements isn't just an actual driver on this game, he is an actual driver. Has taken place in such things like the British touring cars. If that is the jumping I'm thinking of correctly, forgive me if I'm picking you up for no reason, Chris, but I believe that is the case. Katinaz there, up in the fourth, wants to see what he can do. As John Thompson is right up behind Chris Clements. Wants to see if he can get past him. Side by side they go. Clements on the inside though, on the entrance to Quarry Bend. And oh dearie me's, just a massive slide out there by John Thompson there, and that's pushed him all the way back down to fourth position, and has put Lewis Edwards hot on his heels. Lewis Edwards and Ethan Graham, this is not what they neither of them want. Lewis Edwards actually losing out on that there because he was held up by John Thompson, and Ethan Graham was actually getting around the outside of him there, up through the beginning of the cutting and into the entrance of, oh dear, bit of contact there again over the Griffin's Mount, and the actual train is staying fairly close this race, not really being too separated out at all as they head down through the S's. Everyone's staying relatively close. Let's catch back up with what's going on in first and second. Rob Schowler is doing the job like a champ. 1.2, sorry, I will actually rephrase that. 2.6 second gap between him and second place Chris Clements in, well, second place. So unless there's a monumental boo-boo on his behalf, it's not going to be challenged very easily. Clements holding off the second, and it is Katinaz who's now got up to third over John Thompson. He wants to see if he can catch back up to second place and see what he can do. Hugging the inside of this last corner here, trying to defend off from the likes of John Thompson, but with that pushed too wide onto the exit of that, and that's shoved him right back down into sixth position. Now who's got through on that? Both Ian what's going wrong with me? Ethan Graham and Lewis Edwards, but Lewis Edwards going terrible round Hell's Bend first corner there, and that has left him open to prey, and he's now going to get overtaken by Xavier McIntosh. Drops back down to sixth position, so Ethan Graham up into fourth, and is going to try and challenge John Thompson round the inside through the Quarry's Bend. Can he do anything? Oh, a bit of touching. Thompson getting a bit squirrely, but Ethan backs off, lets him have it. Well, says he's got another 4 laps to go. Got to try and take you on one of those. Plenty of time left. Check on our race leader. Still miles in the lead, catching a bit of wall. Can afford to lose a bit of time, but not too much. Chris Clements still holding off in second position. The half-second gap between him and John Thompson in third. And it is literally the train all behind John Thompson here of Ethan Graham. Xavier McIntosh has actually got a bit of a gap there, Ethan Graham, between him and Xavier McIntosh. It's got to 1.2 seconds. And Ethan being held up by the likes of Clements and John Thompson through the last elbows corner. So Forest elbow not working out well for those guys, but working out well for Ethan Graham. Anything being done on the slipstream here into this last corner. Let's have a look. Possibly nothing done by Ethan Graham. Maybe something by John Thompson. No one decided to dive out last minute. And McIntosh is trying to defend against Lewis Edwards. And Lewis just looking to see if he can make any space at all around the AXR driver. He can't do. Having to sit in his 6th position for the time being. And we are a little bit of a stalemate just at the moment, just a little bit of a stalemate, where we've got our guys all sitting bumper to tail, but trying to find that right bit of space and time to come through. Now John Thompson's gone to the outside here, and Ethan Graham's gone up behind Chris Clements here, which may not work out too well for John Thompson, because if Ethan Graham can continue the momentum round, he will actually follow through on the inside through Quarry Bend, potentially take that third position from John Thompson. Hasn't done quite yet. They are battling it side by side. John Thompson just managed to hold it round as they start up through the cutting, so defending nicely kept there, but I think it was just because he just didn't have enough of a run on him. So it's very lucky not to lose that third position to Ethan Graham. Xavier McIntosh now catching back up to the second, third and fourth battle. And that 1.2 second gap between fourth and fifth has gone to nothing. So they head down now through the S's, through the Dipper. Oh dear. Lewis Edwards just catching a bit of the wall either side of that dipper, unfortunately. Ethan Graham going for a dive down on the inside through elbow. He doesn't seem to make it through, but he does stake a claim on the back straight. No, he does seem to make it through. He does stake a claim on the back Conwell straight. Trying to get past John Thompson. He has done. John Thompson pushed down into fourth. Xavier McIntosh wants to see what he can do. See if he can squeeze past. John Thompson just keeping a middle position on the track, not letting anyone get a place of momentum to get around him, and hugging that chase corner very, very tight. Not much else they can do here. Ethan Graham now up into third. Chris Callum now going to be in his sights, and we do have a bit of a gap. No, I was about to say we've got a bit of a gap there. I thought the gap may have dropped, but it hasn't. It's ever increasing between Rob Chowler and second place Chris Clements. Now up to 3.3, so 3.4 seconds. And it's going to continue to grow as everyone else is behind him is absolutely battling here. Ethan Graham does have an absolutely stunning run on Chris Clements through Hell's Corner, but Clements is on the inside here as they head up towards Quarry. What is going to happen? Can Clements hold him off? Can Ethan Graham get round the outside? I think Ethan Graham knows he's not going to be able to do that. He's just going to cut back and sit behind him and keep that close distance up the mountain here. Doesn't want to lose positions, but wants to make sure he keeps that gap down to a minimum. Up through the cutting we go. Keeping it nice and tight, using all the track, bit of sparks on either side. Over Griffin's Mount, down into the parks, Raid Park, up to Solomon, over the crest of Solomon, then back down to McVilly, and down over Skyline. Clements getting a wide line down through the S's there, trying to get as much speed as he can do into the Dipper, and no gaps being given here at all. No gaps at all. Still 0.3 of a second between the two. This is where Ethan Graham wants to try and keep the gap down to a minimum, and he has done. 2.2 of a second on this back straight. That is a really good split. It means something could be done here. He's got to sit behind Clements as much as possible. That gap going down from 0.2 to 0.1, from 0.1 to 0.05. And is he going to look out on the inside? Potentially. No, he's got to just try and see if he can get Clements to have a poor corner entrance and exit through the chase. And Clements does, but it's just not enough for Graham to make a manoeuvre on that. What's happening behind it? John Thompson having to defend off the likes of Lewis Edwards, who's trying to creep up past him in 5th position. John Thompson just elbows wide, not letting anything get between him. Nothing at all. And the fight continues. Let's see what's going on further down the pack, because we've not paid too much attention to that so far this race. We are on the penultimate lap. Liam New in 7th, unfortunately. Oh, actually Sharp. I'm guessing there has been a spin or something that's happened there, and it's pushed him 13 seconds out the back. We've lost another driver here. We're down to 8. I will work out who it is in a second when my brain catches up. We've lost Leon Walsh. We've lost someone else. Let me know who it is, if we can work out who it is. Could it be Katinas? I think it is Katinas, you know. I think it is Katinas. We lost Katinas. I don't know what's happened to him. Don't know if that's just a DC or something's happened that way. He's not someone to normally drop out of a race due to ill will. But let's keep up with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th battle, which is currently still ongoing. And Chris Clements still holding off 2nd at the moment from 3rd place Ethan Graham, who's had that 3rd place for a good half of the race there. Oh, I don't know what's going on there with John Thompson, a bit of net coding. So he's bumped from one side to another. I'm still going to help him on this back straight here. Lewis Edwards not as far behind him as he was at the entrance to this race. And here we go. Ethan Graham wants to see what he can do. Staking his claim on the inside as they head down and go through this dogleg right towards the chase. Lewis Edwards wants to see if he can outbrake. Can he outbrake as they go through the chase? Side by side through the chase they go. And Clements nudges him to the edge then. Oh, he gets nudged back, and oh dear. It's all gone wrong. Graham up into 2nd. Lewis now into 3rd. Xavier McIntosh to 4th. And I don't know if it was on towards that nudgery there. We've got to call it nudgery. But Graham got nudged by Chris Clements, sorry, on the exit or 2nd half of that S-bend of the chase, and then unfortunately I don't know if it was just momentum which made him nudge back, but that caught not just Chris Clements, but it also caught John Thompson. That pushed them both down to 5th and 6th position. And not only that, on the final lap that's happened, Lewis Edwards then also had a terrible time on the entrance or exit of the last corner, and that's pushed him down to 6th. So all changing for the last lap. Ethan Graham now up in the 2nd, and a good 2 second gap between him and 3rd position Chris Clements. So Ethan Graham wants to try and get maximum points, well, as much points as he can do from tonight's proceedings. Chris Clements in 3rd, Xavier McIntosh currently in 4th, John Thompson back down into 5th, Lewis Edwards in 6th position, Liam New in 7th, and then Ashley Sharp in 8th at the back. He's just coming over the mound and through the different parks up over Solomon as we speak. Race leader, still a whopping 3 second gap between him and Ethan Graham. It is dropping down. I don't know if Ethan Graham's just literally chucked everything out of the cars, including the spare tyre, spare seat, get those extra seconds, but the gap is closing between him and Rob Showler quite rapidly. It's not going to be enough to do anything before the end of this race. And I think we are dead set for the rest of this. Let's see if anything can happen here between Liam New and John Thompson into the chase. Nothing at the moment, so from the looks of it here, down towards Murray's Corner is our first place for race 2. Rob Showler, AXR driver extraordinaire. Then second place is Ethan Graham with a Full Throttle Racing banner. Then Chris Clements third, Xavier McIntosh fourth, John Thompson fifth. Liam New actually got up into sixth there, and then Lewis Edwards down into seventh. Ashley Sharp coming in 8th position at the end there. So what a race, final race, getting arse end out round that final corner. Well done, done in style, Ashley. Give us a flash of the lights, mate. Let us know you're happy. What a race. Race 2, always a lot more theatrical than race 1, just because of the layout and the concept of it. Congratulations again to Rob Showler, up 2 places from third, and held off and caught that first position. Well, guys, that is all from us and from the AMG Piggies tonight. You will see us back next Thursday, where we will be going, I believe it's Spa, but let me just double check it for you, so I'm not telling you Porkies, like I did there, Porkies, yeah, I know, terrible fun. Right, yes it is, it's Spa next week, around 5 and 6. Come join me, like I said, give us a thumbs up if you like it, hit the subscribe if you want to see more from our channel, and if you want to hear more from us, hit that alarm button. A lot as well from me, Taxi Man, it is Oodles, and good night.